Shortly after the Horus Heresy, the Imperial Fists were sent to Artamantua to fight a Xenos known as the Chrome. During the battle, an Orc attack moon appeared, decimating the planet and almost destroying the entire Imperial Fist chapter. This will be the first encounter with the WAAAGH of the Beast, the first Prime Orc. The Orcs with their attack moon will quickly continue to conquer the other surrounding planets. Although the attack moon was eventually destroyed, it was a Pyrrhic victory. The diminished resources of the Imperium left Terra defenseless. Even worse, a new Orc attack moon appeared within Terra's orbit. To the Imperium's surprise, the Orcs sent 3 ambassadors to Terra. They demanded Terra's surrender, and these Orcs were bigger, smarter, and spoke perfect Gothic. The WAAAGH of the Beast had not only attracted more Orcs, but made them stronger and smarter. In complete shock, the Imperium gave no answer. Before they departed, the Orc ambassadors told that the Beast brought the end of humanity, with the entire galaxy in turmoil due to the massive WAAAGH of the Beast. Chapter Master Corlin, the last of the Imperial Fists, would execute the Last Wall Protocol. He would unite the successor chapters of the Imperial Fists and head to Terra. With the chapters united, they would siege the Orc attack moon and disable it. But arriving on Terra, they would encounter fierce political turmoil. The High Lords were in disarray and Terra was in constant riots. In order to salvage the war against the Beast, Corlin would execute a coup to assume control of the Imperium. He would then learn that the Adeptus Mechanicus were secretly experimenting with Orc teleportation. They planned to teleport Mars away from Terra and become independent of the Imperium. But Corlin would persuade the fabricator of Mars to join the war. They would agree and would reveal the homeworld of the Beast, Olenor. Corlin would now dispatch a call to arms. The Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and Ultramarines would heed the call. The Imperium was ready to head to Olenor to fight the Beast when Chapter Master Corlin learned the whereabouts of Primarch Vulcan. Corlin went to Vulcan on Caldera and helped defeat the Orc armies there. Then they headed to Olenor for the final battle. The battle was bitter and they quickly lost 50% of their men but learned of an ambush in the capital city. To draw the Orcs out in the open, they attacked their supply depots. It worked. The Orcs left the city to fight in the open. But to the Imperium's surprise, the temple in the city was a mega gargant and it decimated the Imperial forces. Vulcan with the 3,000 remaining Space Marines launched a suicide mission to breach the temple and fight the Beast himself. Standing 10 meters tall, the Beast quickly killed the chapter masters of the Crimson Fists and the Ultramarines. In a desperate attempt, Vulcan lunged at the Beast, throwing both of them into the central generator. Channeling the WAAAGH energy of the generator, he struck the Beast, which obliterated them both. But as the weakened Imperial forces retreated, victory was short-lived. Orcish chants could be heard all across the galaxy. The Beast had survived. On Terra, the disabled attack moon had began to reactivate. Chapter Master Corlin of the Imperial Fist gathered veteran Xenos fighters, dubbed the Death Watch. The Death Watch successfully attacked and destroyed the Orc attack moon. Corlin now devised a plan to capture an Orc Psyker to defeat the Beast. With the assistance of the Sisters of Silence, the Imperial forces headed to Olenor. Corlin and his strike team were teleported into the Orc base, but it was a trap. With the remaining forces split up, the Orcs devastated the Imperial army. Corlin pressed ahead and entered the throne room. Here they found the Beast, but he seemed even bigger. The Sisters of Silence used a ritual to implode one of the captured Orc Psykers. This reverse WAAAGH effect stunned all the Orcs, which allowed Corlin to narrowly slay the Beast. But then another monstrous Orc appeared. Corlin recognized it as the original Beast that fought Vulcan. The strike team then realized that there were 6 thrones, 6 banners, and 6 Orc beasts. Chapter Master Corlin stood facing the original Beast that killed Vulcan. The Beast quickly killed Corlin, who was the last of the Imperial Fists, and the Imperium retreated. On Terra, it was decided no one was to reveal the extinction of the Imperial Fists or Corlin's failures. Maximus Thane of the Fist Exemplar was to replace Corlin, rebuild the Imperial Fists, and defeat the Beast. The Imperium went back to Olenor and diverted asteroids onto the planet's surface. This caused massive damage and confusion to the Orcs. Then Thane's team bitterly battled into the throne room of the Beasts. Here they met the Beast of Beasts, the strongest of the Prime Orcs. Using a captured Orc Psyker, the Sisters of Silence created a strong anti-WAAAGH energy. This imploded the heads of the nearby Orcs and destroyed the Beast of Beasts himself. With the Prime Orcs defeated, the Imperium would fight off the remaining Orc forces throughout the galaxy. And so, the War of the Beasts would come to an end. Thanks everybody for watching all the way till the end. Please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also like the video and comment your thoughts below. Be sure as well to join our Discord and our Patreon for exclusive contests and giveaways.